What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Monday. Welcome in to another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt. That also is my handle on our Discord channel. BettingPros.com/chat is how you get involved and get into that. It is free. Come on in. We got 25,000 users and growing over there on our Discord channel. So why not come on in, find something you like, find some people you might be friends with. Who knows? It's pretty cool and pretty fun. Check it out. We'll be in it there tonight for Monday Night Football. This podcast being brought to you by omahasteaks.com. The promo code JUICE at checkout will save you $30 off the 50% off sale going on right now site-wide at omahasteaks.com. But if you're going to do this, guys, we are 1 week away from Christmas. Okay, if you're going to send this to a relative, a loved one, a boss, somebody, you got to get on this. Like today, tomorrow. I had it for dinner last night. It is awesome. The burgers are great. The steak is phenomenal. We're having the pork tonight for dinner during football. It's great stuff. Check it out, omahasteaks.com. Promo code JUICE at checkout will save you $30 off the already 50% off savings going on right now. And you guys can use the code JUICE at checkout to get that $30 off. Minimum purchase may be required. So let's talk about yesterday for a second. Okay, so a 3-1 day for the full unit plays, 2-2, basically flat for the props. My own personal teaser missed. The Wong teaser hit. The Jaguars, I don't know what that was. Like, what was that? That was brutal. But the Ravens are well in line to become the number one seed in the AFC. That means our 11-1 ticket on the Ravens to win the Super Bowl is very live, which is tremendous. Now, yesterday we also settled 2 tickets for futures in the NFL. The first being the under 6.5 for Tampa Bay. They won. They've won 7. What did we do? We came back and we bet a unit there on the plus 3.5 for the Bucks. So that's a wash, okay? Bucks won. The unit loses on the total over under 6.5. It goes over, but we made it back with betting on the Bucks against the Packers plus 3.5. They won the game by double digits. So that was good. That was nice little, it's flat. We got out of it. It's good. It's good for the record. So that's good. The Niners won the West, the NFC West yesterday. So that cashed for us as well. So we won a unit there. That was great. My books grade that stuff pretty fast once it's won. So, but the win total is at the end of the year. So I got graded on the NFC West Championship for the Niners, but I'll pay that later when it comes to the win totals. We'll all get graded at the end of the regular season. They all get graded at once. So every book's different. We'll see how your book handles it. But so we won a unit there with the Niners. We lost a unit with the Bucks team total, but we won a unit on the Bucks in the game. So that was good. So basically up a unit there, which is nice. So Ravens very much alive. Bucks cashes. We miss out on Bucks miss, but the game cashed, and then the Niners to win the division, that cashed as well. So the over 8.5 wins for the Steelers. That's the other one we got going here for us in the NFL from a future perspective. That is shaky. Not gonna lie, that is shaky at the moment. We need just win one more game. Steelers win one more, then we'll bet against you. But yikes, got to get them to win one more game. That's a very shaky and difficult situation going on right now for that. So there's where we are with our future wagers, okay? For tonight, I don't love this card, all right? I'm going to be honest. Sometimes I have a very good night. I like the bets. I don't like the card, okay? I'm going to take a flyer here with the 45 with Jalen Hurts not playing for the Eagles, okay? We know what Sunday, Monday has been. Okay, we know look at the Jaguars and the Ravens game. I mean, that was disgusting. The Ravens had so many chances. The Jags had so many chances to lose that game by 9.5, and we would have had a 4-point sweep, or a 4-0 sweep, right? Would have won 4 units. Instead, we wound up winning, 1.8, right? Something like that, which is really frustrating because, that should have been a 4-0 night for us. But Jacksonville missed 2 field goals. They didn't score at the end of the first half. Somehow they could have had 13 points right there in those 3 drives. Stupid kickers, bad clock management. That was a touchdown for Ridley in the back of the end zone, by the way, at the end of the game. No idea how that wasn't overturned, but it is what it is. It just was. Jags were bad. Ravens were good, but the game went under. Okay, Sunday night, Monday night, games have gone under. Matt Patricia is going to call the plays for the Eagles for their defense. Former Patriot defensive coordinator. We'll see what that looks like here tonight, but we got backup quarterbacks playing. I don't see why you would play Jalen Hurts. If he's as sick as everyone says he is, why would you play him tonight? There's no point. Cowboys lost. You can lose this game, and you're fine if you're Philadelphia. This game really doesn't matter, okay? You're going to win the NFC East, most likely. You have a very good chance of being the number one seed, most likely. So, you might play this game because you want to guarantee the one seed and play Jalen Hurts, but having him fly across the country by himself, quarantine him, he's clearly sick, clearly not doing well, just send him back. Send him back home and don't worry about it. If Jalen Hurts doesn't play, my gut tells me this total of 45 is going to crash. Okay, just my theory that this total comes down if Jalen Hurts is ruled out, because it's Drew Lock who's already starting in this game up against Marcus Mariota. Eagles are 5-2 to the under on the road already. Okay, already. Now Seattle's 4-2 at home. I'll give you that, but against the conference, they're 5-5. They're flat. Eagles are a little on the overside against the conference. They're 5-3, but 5-5 over the last 10, 3-2 to the over. But they're a different team on the road, at least from a total perspective. They're 5-1 at home to the over. They're 5-2 to the under on the road. Without starting quarterbacks, the weather's not going to be a problem in Seattle. But I don't think we're seeing a lot of offense. I'm going to ride that Monday Night Football under train. Under 45. If Hurts plays, maybe we punt out of it just because. I don't know. We'll see. But I don't think he's going to play. I'll bet it overnight. You guys will know this before probably when you get up. You probably know about this. You could see the number. I think this number is going to go down without Hurts playing. I think this game closes at a pick with the total probably around 42, 43. Under 45. Eagles and the Seahawks for 1.1 units. Okay, to hockey we go. Interesting stats involving the Dallas Stars. They have very quickly become an over team and an over team in the first period. In fact, right now, the Dallas Stars are the hottest team in hockey to a first period over. 9-0 over the last 9 games. Over 1.5 goals. Also, gift goal in the first 10 minutes. Dallas is also 9-0. Their starting goaltender, Jake Ottinger, is hurt. He's not playing. He's out for several days, maybe several weeks, depending on what happens with Dallas. Seattle is rested. This number is 6. I don't fully understand why this number is 6, to be quite honest. I thought it would be 6.5, but the number is 6. If you want to bet the over in the first period, over 1.5 goals, you can add to that. I don't mind that at all, okay? But Wedgwood's probably in net here unless I call somebody up. 6-1-2 with a 3.24 goals against average for Scott Wedgwood. At home, 3.13 goals against average. 12 goals given up here in 3 games at home so far for Scott Wedgwood. And look, this is a guy who just gave up 4 goals to Seattle on the road, but 2 goals to Ottawa at home, playing on Friday and Saturday night in for the injured Jake Ottinger. So on the road, not great. At home, much better. All right, so we got him. And look, the kid going for Seattle isn't phenomenal. He's okay. And we looked at Seattle games early in this, before in this year and said, okay, what do you want to do with Kraken games? Because on the road, the Kraken last year were absolutely tremendous. That has not been the case so far this year. But Decord's in net is 5-5-7, 7 overtime losses for him. 2.57 goals against for Joey Decord. On the road, 2.74 goals against average, 2.45 at home. In his last game on the road, Joey Decord, he's played a lot of home games, but he gave up 2 goals to Ottawa. He's played last 5 games have all been at home, and 8 of 9 have been at home. That's crazy. On the road against Edmonton, back on the 15th of November, he gave up 4 goals. Against Arizona, gave up 3 goals. He's only played on the road 3 times. 2, 4, and 3 goals given up, so not a whole lot to make out of this kid. Boston Mass guy from Joey Decord. I'm going over. It's only 6. I thought it was 6.5. It's only 6. Minus 110. 6. Over 6. Kraken in the Stars. First period, over if you want it as well. Over 6. Dallas and Seattle for 1.1 units. And finally, we're going to the NBA, where the Sixers are taking on the Bulls. You can bet this game over if you want. The way Philadelphia is scoring, it's remarkable. I mean, the last 2 games for the Sixers have gone under, but I mean, it's just been an overtrain for the Chicago Bulls. They're not playing defense against anybody, but Philly is 14-5 ATS against the East. They've covered their last 5 games in a row, 8-2 over their last 10, and 10-3 at home right now. Philly is killing people. Chicago is awful on the road, only 3 road wins all year. They're 6-7 ATS. They covered their last 2 against Miami as 3.5 and 4.5 point dogs. They won 1 game outright. But with how hot Philadelphia is, I don't like laying 10.5 points, but I'm concerned that the Bulls aren't going to score, and that's why the over won't hit. So I'm actually more comfortable laying 10.5 points here with Philly than I am with 228.5. I just think the Sixers are just so much better. They're just running through people at the moment. I'm going to lay it with the Philadelphia 76ers. Yeah, it's a lot of points, but I just think if you look at what they've covered over their last 5 games, they've covered 12, 15.5, 12, 13.5, and 8.5. It's pretty good. All 4 of the 5 are double digits. It's 10.5. My gut tells me this thing's going to close around 12 or 12.5. I'll lay it with Philly. Sixers at home, laying 10.5 for 1.1 units. Okay, so last week was not great. We ended on a good note. Okay, we had a losing week. This is our 3rd week in December. First 2 weeks have been losing weeks. So here we go with hopefully a new week, a new start. Hopefully we get some W's here. Under 45, Eagles and Seattle for 1.1 units. Over 6, Dallas and Seattle for 1.1 units. Philly minus 10.5 up against the Chicago Bulls for 1.1 units. Philly in the football and basketball. Seattle in the football and hockey. Little Philly versus Seattle thing going on here on a Monday. Let's see how we do. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt each and every morning. The Daily Juice Podcast, always being brought to you by OmahaSteaks.com.